You ready? You said I guess. I don't even know what we do, really. It's a little wiggly. All right, you ready? Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the Made in Semmes podcast, where we interview people that were made in Semmes, make things in Semmes, and helps us make Semmes who it is today. I'm Kenneth Havens, and today I'm here with my grandpa, Mr. Eugene McDuffie. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Doing pretty good. So just a shout out, today's podcast has been sponsored by A-1 McDuffie Sanitation, and with that being said, I'm here. He is the founder of A-1 McDuffie Sanitation, and I've wanted to do this forever. The idea for the podcast came from, I was like, man, one day I'm going to want to be able to look back and see where we've came from, hear the story, and to be able to reflect on that as we grow and as we build. So today's podcast is just going to be us having a conversation about how everything got started. So my question that I've always had is, where in the round world did you come up with the idea to start a garbage company?
Well, I was a good friend of a guy that they were in garbage service, and he talked to me about his mother wanting to sell out, so he kept talking to me about it. So eventually, I bought her out. I bought his mother out.
I got you.
And that's where we got started.
I got you. So, had you ever done garbage as a kid, or did you just randomly have the idea that a friend brought to you? Had you ever done garbage as a child or growing up?
No, I never was in nothing like that. No,
I got you. Can you remember your first day as a garbage man? Like, do you remember like going out there for the first time and riding the routes or anything?
Well, yeah. I remember quite a bit about it because I drove a big truck before, and
right.
This was a lot different because it was from house to house,
Right, rather than over the road like you experienced before.
Than being over the road, yeah.
It took, I don't know how old I was before I realized that, like, being a garbage man wasn't as well to do as a doctor or a lawyer or anything like that, because growing up, y'all always had the garbage business. I remember it wasn't until I got older, that people would kind of make comments about, it seems like you don't have no problem being a garbage man. And I was like, why would I have a problem being a garbage man? I didn't notice anything was wrong with it. Not that there is, but you know what I'm saying? I think it takes a different breed of person to be in the industry.
Right.
I know a lot of jobs, you clock in at 9 and you get off at 5 or 7 to 5 or whatever. And a lot of times the garbage business is from can to can't, and sometimes it's a little bit more.
Right.
So pretty much in the podcast, whenever I interview other people, I always ask, were you made in Semmes? Were you born and raised here?
Yeah, I was born and raised here, yeah.
Went to Semmes Middle School, Semmes Elementary?
Yeah, I went to all it from first grade right on up.
So I imagine the Semmes that you see today is not the Semmes you knew growing up.
No.
If you will tell us something about Semmes that you remember that's here now that wasn't there before, or something that was unique that comes to your mind when you're driving around in the community.
Well, when I really realized about Semmes, my dad worked for Blackwell's Nursery.
Okay.
And we were just small kids, went to school. And we had to walk to school back then. We had to walk from Blackwell's Nursery all the way to Semmes Middle School.
Right. Uphill in the snow, barefooted, both ways.
Whatever. Didn't make no difference, whatever we had to. And then I can remember when we could ride our bicycles. And we only had one bicycle, and my oldest brother, he would pedal, and I'd sit on the handlebars, and we did that a lot of times.
To be able to go to school?
Yeah, to go to school. Going uphill was rough, but going down the other side,
wasn't too bad,
picked up a lot of speed.
Get there a lot quicker.
Yeah.
And you come from a family of 12 brothers and sisters, or
No,
11?
I got 8 brothers and 3 sisters.
I got you. So you come from a big family.
Yeah.
Would you say that your family dynamic, like growing up with a big family, had a lot to do with your work ethic?
Yeah, I had to work. We in the summertime, whenever school was out, we had to get us a job, and Blackwell's nursery would let us pull grass out of their beds where the flowers was.
Right.
And we did a lot of things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and I'm assuming you've seen the nurseries in Semmes change as well.
Yeah. A lot of the nurseries that we worked at are not here anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
so different nurseries have moved in, and some of them have moved out. And,
some of them moved out. 90% of them moved out.
yeah,
Very few.
I got you.
Yeah.
And that's crazy to think that 90% of them have moved out, as big as the nurseries are still in the area today.
Yeah. Well, Dodd, I reckon Mr. Dodd, they're probably about the only one that I'm really affiliated with, and Buddy Martin.
Right.
I grew up with Buddy Martin, and
Now, what about your friend that we see up at the Hickory Pit, Mr. Howell?
Yeah,
Did he have a nursery back there?
yeah, his daddy had a nursery right up the street there.
Okay.
And I've worked for them.
Okay.
I worked for them too also. Right. I was a bigger boy then than when I was a kid.
Now, obviously, y'all started the garbage company. Y'all started the garbage company back in '98, and it has grown tremendously from day one up through. Did you ever see it getting as big as what it is today?
No, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind how big it is now. Yeah, and the way you pick the garbage up, we always had to have hoppers, or either we drove the truck and hopped ourselves, you know, and I did that a lot of times.
Right. And based off the customer base that was there, so I remember whenever y'all first got the business, there would be days where you'd be going out to drive that I was sleeping in the other room over at y'all's house, and I would hear you getting up to get dressed to go out there to run the route, and you would try to slip out of the house, and I would come. Yeah. I remember sitting in the front of the truck and telling you, like, hey, whenever I get older, I'm going to be a hopper forever. I don't want to drive the truck. That's boring.
That's true.
And it is just watching the industry just from the time that I've been in it to where it is today, and as it continues to grow and evolve, it amazes me. So I know, based off the amount of time that you've been in it, y'all have been in it. Y'all had a sole run it for over 20 years, and that's statistically a lot of small businesses close in the first 5, and 90% or 80% of the ones that don't close in the first 5 close in the next 5. What's some of the things that you would say that you would, if you had to pay your success to, what's some of the stuff that you would say that helped make y'all successful?
Well, we was just faithful to it. I mean, we was faithful. It didn't get too cold. It didn't get too hot or whatever. We just kept plugging,
Right.
And we got some good customers, and we kept a lot of customers, and
right.
we just started growing. When you took over the business,
right.
we had got up pretty good ourselves.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, we just had rear loaders. We didn't have these arm trucks.
Right.
And we done our best.
Oh, for sure. I know that I've told people, I've watched you and Nanny take the company, and it was dedication, hard work, day after day after day. I remember the phone number that y'all started the company with is the same phone number we have today.
Right.
But it was actually the landline at y'all's house.
Yeah.
And people would call the house at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I remember her answering the phone and her saying, "Hey, my husband, he's gonna put a slip on his blue jeans, and he'll be out there to get it in a minute."
Yeah.
Customer service has been at the root of what you guys have done from the very beginning. I know that there was I know you enjoy to hunt. I know you enjoy fishing.
Yeah.
That's where my love for hunting and fishing, has came from. But through it, I know there was a stretch there of 5 to 7 years that you didn't have the opportunity.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing but work.
It was after. So a lot of people think that. So in 2021, 2020, this time frame, everybody wants to start a company. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to. It's almost like the cool thing to do is to own a business.
Yeah.
But I think like one thing that I see in it is people don't understand the dedication that it takes to own a company.
Right.
People don't understand. They see the public, maybe the public appeal that you get, and to be able to say, I'm a business owner, but really at the end of the day, not only do you have to worry about the food that's on your table, but you've got the employees that's here that you got to worry about food on their table.
Right. Right.
You've got a target on your back for liability. You've got big machinery that's running around in the community. And so I would say if you're thinking about starting a business, it's a great thing.
Yeah,
it can be very rewarding. I've seen it be very rewarding for you guys and for our family.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Don't jump into it and think that you're going to work 15 hours a week and that you can get the job done.
That's right.
It's
what
you see in the public is you'll see our trucks go by for 3 to 5 to 30 minutes in a neighborhood, but the work that goes into it, they're getting here at 4:30 in the morning, and there's times that we won't leave out up here till 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
That's right.
Because when you have, regardless of how many extra trucks you have, when the trucks are down, the trucks have to roll the next day. And
that's right.
I got one thing. So as I started, you guys hired me shortly after high school to come in and help you guys run the company. And one thing that I saw is y'all were kind of at a place where y'all could have left it where it was and just let it run forever, and it would have took care of itself. Yeah. But it was almost at a place where it wasn't going to do much more than take care of you.
That's
for
right.
So
that's right. You're right.
We were looking to me in my mind, I was looking to build. I wanted to build something that we could have, so that it's not only was suitable for your family, but it was suitable for mine, and it was suitable for possibly my kids down the road.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me the other day, they were like, you think your boys will be in the garbage business? I said, I hope not. It's good. It's good. It puts it puts food on the table, but you got to be willing to work.
You got to work. You got to work.
And I'm sure one thing that I know that I've noticed, and I know if I've noticed it, I know that you've noticed it 10 times over, the work ethic that you had growing up and the people that you grew up with is not the same work ethic that you see in kids today.
You're right there. You're right.
Technology. So you were talking about, you started with one big rear loader, and then it went to a pickup truck, and then it, and it evolved from there.
Yeah.
But today, I thank God for the technology, because of what we went through in 2020, trying to get workers was nearly impossible.
Right.
When you could stay at home and make more on unemployment than what you could get in a job.
That's right.
If it wouldn't have been for the automated trucks, I don't know that we would have made it through.
I know it.
I used to be able to go into, before I don't know if I got older and wiser or what happened, but I would tell the guys, hey, if y'all don't want to do it, I can get out there and do it myself. It's at a place now where I can't get out there and do it all myself anymore. You can't pick up over 6,000 customers by yourself.
You sure can.
So you need, technology is advancing, customer base is advancing, and so I know that's been something that's been big. What was your job history? What was your job history before working here? What was some of the jobs that you had leading up to here?
Well, I worked at I started at Gulf City. I worked for Gulf City about right at 15 or 20 years.
Okay.
And then I started to quit Gulf City, and he called the man at Dale-Shamps. They needed somebody to work in their shop. So he referred me to him, and I got a good job there, and that was my last good job. I worked for them about 20 years.
Right. I got you.
Yeah.
And so I know, and that's where you started driving the trucks.
Yeah,
and that's where you got to obtain your
getting on the street over the road.
You obtained, and that's when you obtained your CDLs,
right?
And then from there you were able to. Do you feel like the stuff that you learned while you were at Gulf City and the stuff that you learned while you were at Dale Shemps helped to prepare you for the company.
Right. It sure did.
Yeah.
How to work on stuff.
Right.
I learned how to work. I learned how to weld, to burn, and all this kind of stuff.
And all that stuff is stuff that we still use here at the shop today.
You use it here today.
Yeah. And so it wasn't a couple weeks ago, you were out in the shop, you were helping us, and there's a lot of wisdom that you brought from your other jobs that has helped us here. There's a lot of stuff that I know that I've had a couple different jobs leading up to here. I kind of started working really young, but there's things that you've taught me out there on the small concrete slab that I know that I will remember forever. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff that I go to do on the truck today that I can still hear your voice saying, don't do this, or that'll kill you, you know, or do this or don't do that. And that stuff that's made a huge impact on me. But I appreciate you letting me interview you today. I think that it's really neat to be able to see one thing that I think it's really important, regardless of where you come from, is never forget where you came from. This is like what you see today. It's not a finished product. We're still growing, we're evolving, we're changing. We always want to become better, to be able to serve our customers better, to become, you know, a better company for the people that work here. I say all the time, we're not a garbage company. We're a people company that offer a garbage service. But I wanted to take you guys behind the scenes so y'all could hear our story, see where we come from. And I appreciate you being on here with me today.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, cool.
I enjoyed talking with you.
All right, well, hey guys, thank you so much for watching the Made in Semmes podcast, sponsored by A-1 McDuffie Sanitation. Like the video, subscribe, and look for more content. Thank you.